Pirates of the Czech Republic. And long, look at that. Look at that. Super long, super crackinette. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, Manny here. Welcome back to the channel. My friends, we're gonna continue a little series here today, Adam Ondra's strongest moments, and this time we're gonna take a look at the world's hardest flash of a sport route. Actually, it's called Super Crackinette 9A+. It's in Solégé in France. Cool, really cool sport climbing area in France. I've been there myself once. And the cool thing, the really awesome thing that I like about this route is that it's not like these, you know, like you got this endurance piece of 10 meters, then you got a big rest, knee pad, no hand rest, then another 10 meters of climbing, another rest, and then comes a boulder crux, and then another rest, and then you got this 40-meter monster. No, this is like 15 meters or something like that. Super straightforward power all the way, and then you get up to this very, very blank crux where there is this mono crux and really small crimpy moves and stuff like that. So it's one of these more routes where I always say it's kind of the more modern, really just power testing test pieces, you know, as opposed to these like long endurance-y stuffs where you have a lot of tricks, a lot of knee bars and whatever, where you can trick your way through the thing without having to have so much fitness, without having to have so much finger strength divided by body weight as we want to see it, right? Let's get into it, right? So Alex Megos actually did the first ascent of this thing. Here we have him, beautiful. And it was in 2016 apparently. So we got this small little entry here in the vertical life app, the only place where I could find the first ascent date. After that, actually, Adam Ondra did also the second ascent. Not only did he flash the route, which is absolutely crazy, but he did also the second ascent of it. As we did it last time, we're gonna check out first a couple of other people actually trying the route, and then we're gonna check out the flash of Adam Ondra and see if we can draw some conclusions from that. Okay, so here we got a guy called Berthe. Oh, I love the French guys, you know, improve my sport climbing level.
Crackinette was for me like quite of an obvious choice.
Obvious choice, it's amazing. So we're starting in this really steep section here. It looks not so pretty really, the rock down there, but there's a lot of little tiny tufas and it's already quite pumpy, I think. So pumpy, not in terms of, you know, joggy pumpy, but you get these small pinches and small holds with weird like crossover moves into underclings and stuff like that, moving yourself around and out of this really steep overhang, and up there when it's getting really blank, that's when the crux actually comes, yeah. So let's check out the first few meters. Berthe moving really fast here actually. Ooh, leg behind the rope there, no problem. He's already solid down there in this section. Here's the crossover that I meant, yeah, and this beautiful left undercling edge there. Does he always have different clothes? Yeah, he has the shorts. And he's got the nice old school leggings. Man, rocking the leggings. Kudos to that. Beautiful move here, side pull, big move. Like, let's see the drop knee here, beautiful. As we know already, okay, side pulls call for drop knees. I've told it to you so many times, you have to learn it now. You have to know it by now, okay? From now on, I won't mention it anymore. But here, side pull left hand, okay, drop knee to the left, let's go. Boom, beautiful move there. Crimp, high left, and another crimp on left. Foot switch, another beautiful drop knee there, and what do we have here? Side crimp, okay? Elbows flaring out already, so he's a bit pumped here already. And you know, you can't really skip clips here. This is another thing with these very low, very straightforward, you know, quick to action climbs. You're still quite close to the bottom, you're still quite close to the ground, so you have to clip actually the quick draws, which makes it that much harder. Yeah? And we're gonna see that with Adam Ondra's ascent as well. He can't really skip like he usually does it on the big climbs, you know. He skips like a maniac, but here he's actually, you know, he sticks true to the clipping as well. Left foot, big move, and here we can see a lot of finger, okay? That is a lot of finger that we see from a very great distance. That's a small asshole. Okay, so now he gets this crimp width right here, and here I'm pausing. Just take a look at this quick draw here real quickly, just to note, okay, that the camera angle is not perfect here, okay? So actually this is a lot more steep than it's just looking here in this shot, because this quick draw is quite tilted here, as you can see. Now the video is getting kind of strange. We're getting here these beautiful slow-mo shots. The problem is only that they're mixing up the moves and we don't really know the actual sequence of the climb anymore.
I wanted to push further and I trained quite a lot great.
And
Especially the last months, I spent all September in Belgium in order to train.
he's a good guy. Cool guy with the bow on his back, you know. Here we are at the same move where we took off last time. Okay, so this is the big move to the right here to the scrimp. And now the next move is really for most people, I would say, the definite crux move. Let's keep on watching. Really high left foot. Okay, this is just really high. You have to have the height in the legs and also the flexibility to actually pull this off, making this step up. Bang, intermediate, and then big move. And did you just see how dynamic he had to go for this hold? Okay, just keep that in mind. Keep in mind how dynamic he had to go for this move. Oh. It's just really big, okay? It's just really big move from a really bad edge here with the right hand. Let's see it again here, intermediate left and boom. He's just not keeping at it until the very last moment. Okay, so you have to suck your weight into the wall here until the very last moment so that you can actually sort that mono in with one finger. Obviously going for it dynamically or even half dynamically is going to be a very, very low percentage move, especially after this start here. Okay, so let's watch here one more time when he actually almost sticks it. Here he almost sticks it, and now this is a very beautiful shot here. Oh, so high, so high. Did you just see? It was a little less dynamic, and that's how he hit it, and that's how he stuck to this move. Okay, just let's watch it one more time. Very beautifully done here. Okay, Foop. Very controlled until the last few centimeters. Okay, then it got really far for him. Huh. Now it would be really interesting to know his stats, you know, in terms of height, in terms of ape index and stuff like that. But I estimate him just by looking at him here, body type wise, I would say he's about 178 or something centimeters tall. Would be cool if somebody who knows him is actually in the comments down below and can tell me. So here we get this small little, you know, crack here with the right hand, which is also kind of locky. You know, you can lock your fingers in. You get this beautiful fish here of the left foothold. And then one more move at the very last, spot here. This also looked just very close. Now here is stopping actually surprisingly early for my taste, because as we will see in the shot of Adam Ondra, it's actually going up there quite a bit. Yeah, and here they're celebrating. Very nice. Okay. So this was just to get a really first impression of how this route is constructed. So let's take a look at Adam's flash here.
It means climbing a route first try or nothing.
Okay, so this is also something that I think a lot of newcomers don't really understand, the difference between an Onsight and a flash. We already took a look at the Onsight of Adam Ondra of Ildomani, which was a 9A, which is arguably equally impressive as a flash of 9A+. Why? Because on an Onsight you don't know anything about the route, okay? You do it on a first try, first attempt as well, but you don't know anything about the route. You just took a look at it from the ground and also, of course, while climbing it. But then you figure out all the betas, all the solutions yourself. So here on a flash, like it is here, with the Super Crackinette, we can actually know about stuff on the route, okay? So we got people climbing it already, we had people trying it already. They can tell Adam here how the different holds are shaped, how the size of the holds is, from which holds to clip the next quick draw, where to do a drop knee, where to do a flag or something like that, yeah? So Adam knows here basically everything that he can know about this route from without having touched it, yeah? So that's the thing with a flash. That's the difference between a flash and an Onsight. I think this is from Real Rock actually, and this video starts here with a bit of a, you know, emotional, like really dramatic intro, you know.
The idea of climbing 515 first.
Of course, they had to get Alex on the show as well.
No way you can flash 515 and then you're like, well, it's Adam Ondra. Adam is the best climber in the world by far. Like, he's a lot better than everybody else. I was always obsessed by climbing a route first go. As a small kid, I just wanted to flash every single route.
And that makes a lot of sense actually, and I've talked about that already in the legendary video, in the Adam Ondra's legendary video, where we took a look at his Zillatar video, where he was just trying back-to-back super hard flashes, right? 8B+, 8C, Onsights actually as well, yeah? Where he arguably failed a lot of these Onsights. But it is exactly this kind of training that you need to learn how you have to climb on a flash or on an Onsight, especially on hard routes like these. And I've talked many times about the fact that Adam is very tall, he's very reachy, and at the same time he has a lot of flexibility. And that way he can, you know, he can be long when he needs to, but he can be short when he wants to as well, with high steps, with high heel hooks, with his flexibility. And that way he's having an extreme amount of options, okay? He has all the options basically. He has the short guy option for a certain crux, and then he has the long guy option for a certain crux as well. And very often, as we saw last time when we checked out his flash of Jade, a much more static solution is possible for him compared to other climbers. These differences, although it's just a couple of centimeters, the difference between making a move just semi-dynamic and static, well, obviously in terms of percentages on the chances, you know, that you have when you want to stick that move first try, the chances are a lot higher. You're gonna stick it if you don't have to go for it dynamically. It makes sense that Adam started to do this stuff in a very young age already, trying to flash, go through on-site attempts back to back to back, and being pissed if he didn't do it. But this is exactly the training and exactly the mindset that you have to have. And the cool thing about today's space of outdoor rock climbing is that there are simply so many routes out there already bolted, and so many good routes as well. You don't have to worry. You can just bang out on-site attempts back to back to back without having the, you know, the fear of missing out on some on-site that you might be able to do later on, if you know what I mean. Because if you tried a route on-site one time, you can never on-site it ever again. Yeah, you failed your on-site on that route, so it's gone forever. So you want to save your on-sites to up to dates when you actually will be able to do them. But then of course you kind of hindering yourself at doing more on-site attempts, if that makes sense, and that way you're also hindering yourself at getting better in on-sites.
First try, I just didn't bother even giving second try.
There's no one even close to Adam in terms of doing hard routes first go.
Yeah, and here we are back at the Jade Flash, of course.
Hardest flash in the world.
I knew growing up that Adam was a master of this skill.
He's pushed that.
Here we got Ildomani, which we checked out as well.
I had a dream.
This is not correct actually, that this is a flash, it was a on-site, yeah? So there's a significant difference between a flash and an on-site on a sport route. On a boulder, it doesn't really exist, the difference, because on a boulder you can mostly touch the hold from the ground, and that way you know basically everything that you can know from the for the boulder, even though you haven't really tried it before. So you can really only flash a boulder, if you know what I mean. You cannot really on-site the boulder, because most often you see everything that you have to know. You know everything that you have to know by just judging the boulder from the ground. Not that it wouldn't help if you get additional data from someone else, but a real on-site on a boulder, it's not really a thing in bouldering as much as it is in sport climbing, if that makes sense.
Since I was 18. I tried for the first time in 2012. This super famous route.
This is also some interesting stuff that I didn't know before.
That was the hardest thing in the world, and it took me like 4 years to do it. So it was amazing that someone could even consider flashing something like that.
I watched the footage of
The legend himself.
first ascent. Just trying to memorize the moves for a flash go.
This is also pretty crazy, you know, just by watching a video.
Days, months, even years, practicing the moves over and over until it becomes this choreographed.
But Adam is also just really good at visualization, as we know. And visualization for stuff like this is just incredibly useful.
It's a totally fresh experience. You have to trust your instincts.
You have one chance to do it perfectly.
It's the pinnacle of what it means to climb well.
For me, trying a route flash is probably the most intense, the most mentally
Beautiful.
demanding way.
Oh, look at that! This is the pirates of the Czech Republic, you know. the sailboats, the freaking galleons, sailing galleons. Oh. On crossovers and side pulls, you know, creepy stuff, and there it usually comes out the brachioready, Elise, baby, please, yeah.
By intuition.
Ah, ooh.
Every time
Beautiful.
you're off a millimeter, you're losing.
And long. Look at that. Look at his freaking elbow here and where his head, you know, it's beautiful hair, a beautiful haircut as well, obviously, but look at how long his arms are, man. And then you've got this really high right leg there.
A little bit of energy and all that adds up.
Here he pulled up, and this is exactly the mindset that you have to have. Just pull up and see what happens, you know. Maybe, hopefully, the next hold is gonna just jump right into your face. And sometimes it happens, and then you saved so much energy and so much time. If you're less lucky, it doesn't happen, and it's costing you power, as it did here for Adam, yeah. But you always just need a bit of luck on ascents like these, on flashes and onsights like these. Yeah? It's just how it is.
Biography.
Oh, the sailboats, dude! The wind is blowing heavily in those sails today, man.
Has a very hard crux on the top. I just arrived there just being too blind.
It looks really just open pockets all the way up there.
I was not ready. A few years later, I tried to flash another 9A plus, and I got agonized.
2014.
And there was a tiny mistake. I placed my foot like
Oh, look at that, dude.
a little bit lower than I should have. So I tried twice, and I failed both times. But I feel
Yeah, so and then he flashed a super Crackinette, I think in 2018, so that was 7 years ago. It's pretty much exactly 7 years ago, the 10th of February 2018. So that means he was around like 24 or something like that, yeah? Which is crazy when you think about that. Like, it was like almost as if it would have been yesterday or something that he flashed this stuff. I still remember it being in the climbing news, but it's already 7 years ago, and now he's 31, so that means, or 32 or something, I think. So that means he was 24 back then, yeah? He was still super young. We must not forget that, yeah?
I feel like now I'm finally ready for a 9A plus flash.
And now, this is something that, first of all, beautiful shot, okay? Here we can see just perfectly what we talked about. We've got this steep start, too fast, tiny little too fast, crimpy, pinchy, you know? And then we got a flat section on top. And here we got Gerome actually trying the route. And we're just gonna see some beautiful shots where he's trying the crux of it. And there we can see the difference it makes if you've got that extra reach of Adam Ondra on these certain crux moves, yeah? Also love his accent, man. Oh, can't wait. Tell us something, Gerome.
Super Crackinette, ça a été effectué
Super
une fois pour
Crackinette.
l'instant, c'est Alex Megos.
Beautiful.
C'est la voix la plus dure de Saint-Léger. Bah, c'est une voix assez résistante, assez courte. Il doit avoir une trentaine de mouvements à peu près. Tous les moves, ouais.
And so now, okay, so he's getting this this foothold here with the right foot, and just also keep in mind he's going with right, okay, up to this pocket
On va
here.
dire
Let's
sont
watch
assez
it.
intenses.
Ah, super long, okay, long. You have to be. Hop, there we go.
Bah, voilà, c'est une voix.
Oh, pretty.
On peut tomber à peu près partout si on met pas la bonne intention et la bonne
Side pull.
vitesse d'exécution à chaque fois.
And then you have to angle this little foothold, yeah? It's also just a very beautiful move. And when Adam Ondra does it on the flash, it's actually so close, it's not even funny, it's great.
Après, je tombais de temps en temps, voilà, ce fameux pas sur monodoigt.
Oh. Beautiful. Left hand crimp, angling the foothold.
Et là, un grand relancement.
And then we go, prolongation with left. I mean, this stuff is
Bon, quand t'es cramé,
gnarly, bro, gnarly.
il y a les coudes qui se lèvent et c'est parti, on est dans le godard, quoi.
And there's another hard move actually to the very top. Yeah. That's just beautiful.
D'essayer Flash.
Ooh,
Rien n'est impossible.
So French. So French. Amazing. Amazing. And so here we got this guy, okay, checking out the route for Adam. A crucial part in his success here as well, you know? You see? He's checking out every little detail that he can get. Is the pinky in there as well or not? Can you lock it with the pinky maybe?
After experiencing the failures so many times.
So many times. 2 times. What the hell? What's actually happening here, Adam?
So many times.
Do you even hold the freaking braking rope in your hand? What is that? That's belaying security 101, dude. You gotta hold the freaking belaying rope in your hand. Oh man, and he's even leaning on the Grigri here. Adam, what's with your security?
This time, I had to do it.
You know, but then they complain when I don't wear a helmet, okay? I mean...
I was quite nervous, but I just tried to focus on my own process. I visualized it so many times. I was patient, waiting for the perfect moment when I turn all this fear and pressure into a complete flow of my mind.
And I don't know if I've talked about it on the channel already, but this visualization thing is really amazing. Like, if you go through certain moves in your head often enough, there's actually a significant warming up effect of the muscles that are required for these certain moves. Yeah? That's fascinating. I've tried it myself, especially obviously with projects that you've done already, where you know the moves already, but you then come back to the project. And then you have 2 options. You can either just go into it right away and warm up in the route, put the quick draws on, brush the holes and everything. Or you can sit down, relax, and just go through the route in your head first again, just to remember everything and just to save as much energy as possible on your warm-up when you actually do the quick draws. You put the quick draws in and stuff like that. And if you do that, you will notice that these attempts or these first warm-up goes are significantly better if you just go through the moves one more time, like maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Yeah? And your muscles will warm up just by doing that. And this is just the visualization effect. Yeah, you can actually, and this is, I think, maybe that's the thing where the Shaolin monks, what they are working with as well. You know, the key when you're actually sending your life force, your power to certain areas in your body and making them bulletproof and stuff like that. But this is the same with climbing. If you just go through the routes in your head often enough, the muscles will actually start to get activated and get ready to do exactly that thing that you're visualizing in a second. So, and the same is true here with flashing even more, you know, even if you know the moves, which you do on a flash, you can go through them many, many times, like 10, 100 times in your head. And who knows, maybe you're even achieving a significant training effect in your body just by climbing the route in your head often enough before you actually do the first ascent, just as Adam does it here. And I'm pretty sure Adam knows about this effect himself because he did it so many times already. Yeah, so that's really, really interesting stuff, man, how the human body works and stuff. Man, the start doesn't really look beautiful at all, but the moves are actually really nice. And a start like this can also be very tricky to solve because it looks like you can grab anything. Yeah, you can grab all these little tufas, but despite that, obviously you have to know which stuff you have to take and which stuff you have to avoid. Yeah. Skipping the first quick draw, obviously. Big, like long, dude, and high heel hook as usual. Yeah, did you see how quickly again he managed to find where he has to take that hold? Let's take a look at it again. Sup, and there it is, yeah. So that's what's making the pro a pro, okay? He knows there's 3 options, left, right, center. And he tries all of them. Yeah, just to be sure that he doesn't take it the wrong way, because the wrong way would have cost him needless energy, yeah? And there we go, small little pinches there, beautiful flag there, just really, really smoothly executed. He could also have just, you know, looked for a foothold with his left foot here, but it was not necessary. It was way quicker to just simply lift off, flag it away, and grab the next hold, and only then making the next step. Okay, so let's check it out here. Pinch and step. And here comes the beautiful crossover in this undercling pinch here. He's stepping, I think, quite a bit higher than Gerome does actually on his, and oh, dude, the regatta is open again, man. Freaking catamarans there of forearms. Oh man. And this hold actually looks pretty decent when we take a look at how much finger is laying on there. So this is the 2 knuckles there, right? So quite a bit of finger on there, man. Which is obviously enough for Adam to rest there, which is crazy. But if you know, he's got also a really, really high left foothold there, so there's a lot of weight in this hand. Although the hold is quite okay, probably, but there's a lot of weight in this hand. And I think the next hold here, this beautiful undercling, you know, crimp here, is already looking at him here. And there we go, yeah. In he goes with the fingers, match. Oh, this section just looks beautiful. Look at these underclings. All still standing on that high foothold from before, yeah? So that's the thing, put your feet high and you don't have to do anything for a long time. If you always step very low, you have to do something all the time, because every time you grab, you have to move your feet higher. If you step high already, well, you can do more stuff, and that way, until you have to step again, and that way you can save time. Yeah? And Adam Ondra, with his length and with his height and with his reach, obviously has these options. And how quick he finds the footholds here everywhere, yeah? Just, okay, he had his high foothold here from the rest, yeah, which he kept for a long time, but then, afterwards, let's check out here one more time how quickly he finds the footholds here. Right foot, left foot, bang, left foot, right foot. Okay, he doesn't really step anything here, he only stepping left and right, but he found those footholds beautifully. Boom. Beautifully executed here. Right foot. Always a shake when possible. And now super high left foot, which he knew very well that he has to step very, very high here. And now take a look at how he's grabbing that next hold. Statically, okay? That was very controlled, very statically, which is absolutely necessary, obviously, because this hold here, how do you want to hit it dynamically? And honestly, if I take a look at these holds, and I don't know about the root yet, but this looks a bit artificial to me. I don't know if there was any drilling action done here, but this 2-finger pocket here, that looks a bit artificial to me. If I look at the surrounding structures of the rock here, maybe there was something like this there, and they decided, you know what, let's make this root possible. Let's open it up a little bit, but it would be cool if someone down there in the comments can tell me if there's actually some artificial holds on Super Crackinette or not. Because as you can see here, this crack here is going down here all the way. The mono could very well be natural, but this thing here, that looks a bit artificial to me, yeah. And he's going here with the left hand. Remember, Gerome went there with the right hand actually, yeah? So that's a significant difference in beta there. Probably Gerome has an even harder time going there with left hand. Although Seb, the guy we watched at the very beginning, went there with left as well. So here comes the 2-finger pocket, which looks a bit artificial. And now he has to angle, he has to fish this high foothold there, yeah? Okay, first of all, the clip. Of course. Step. And now this crack here, this is natural. Okay, this looks very natural. Looks very painful as well, if you ask me, but this is natural. Bang. pinch, and and this boy is long, long, long. Imagine how it is if you're short, 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 okay? Fishing and angling a foothold like that, and he's flexible as well, yeah? So absolutely godlike move there again on this flash by Ondra. Locking it off, dude. Statically. And he's shaking here, okay? Right at the very end of the route, where like guys like Seb, who we've seen before, was super, had to power through like crazy to even manage to hold the last move. So that's also the endurance gap that we see here, yeah? That Ondra still has on a route like this. Like there is a lot of power endurance in this guy, simply shaking on these crimps. Because he knows there is one more semi-dynamic move coming at him here. Big reach. Yeah, exactly this one here. But look at that. Oh, cameraman failed here a little bit, unfortunately. But how well he executed that dynamic move. All or nothing, you know, that last heartbreaker. Imagine, you fought through the crux here again of this 9A+. And then there is this one last big move coming at you, and you have to go for it dynamically, and you have to risk everything one more time, just like it was in the Ildomani Onsight. Like, why does it always have to be that way? I don't know. Like, it's the climbing gods or something. It's the freaking climbing gods. Let's watch it one more time. Boom. Oh. And this is not a good hole either. You have to hit this. You have to hit this one quite well as well.
It was like 95% just as I visualized it.
And now the route actually keeps going for a couple of meters, so I don't know how Seb from before was actually able to clip it in so and tick it off so early.
While having the feeling you have already climbed it many times before.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It felt like nothing could really stop me. It just kept going. And the dream was done.
Oh man. He knew himself here as well. This was one of the most freaking epic and powerful performances of his life. What a power scream for the end, man. Huge congrats, huge kudos to this outstanding demonstration of climbing skill. Absolutely legendary.
When I started climbing, my mental mode was not so good. I thought it was all of a sudden so humid. But I don't know, I started climbing and I clicked the third bolt, and then the hard part should start, but it still felt so easy.
Yeah, man.
Climbing and still felt so easy. I was feeling like an alien power. It was so good. Everything was just as I visualized. It was perfect.
So let's take a look at Gerome here one more time, just to have the comparison, like of how hard this single crux move can actually be. Boom! And at this point, Ondra was already way into the pocket. Locking it off that hard in terms of relative body, you know, stretched outness, Adam already was in the pocket here. But here, Gerome, he's missing another 3 centimeters. Yeah, and that's exactly the 3 centimeters which make it semi-dynamic for him. And that's obviously making it super, super hard for him. Like, look at it. It's always the thing, if you lock something off and then you go full locking in the elbow, but then you have to go out of your elbow again, yeah, going out of your elbow for these last few centimeters. That's always where it's getting dynamic. That's where it's getting crazy hard, yeah. And hitting a mono like that, obviously super low percentage. And here's Seb one more time. Did you see that? Going there with left as well, just like Adam, but having to go there semi-dynamically. Yeah? It's obviously a different world. So I would say this was just absolutely legendary performance as well here by Adam. Huge congrats, incredible. And we've seen yet another example of how and just that extra reach can give you just so much edge on moves like these, where you have to be, where basically 95% of climbers have to be semi-dynamic to even do it. And the other ones can't even do it at all, you know, if you're way shorter than that. Because you will never, you can have so much dexterity as you want, you will never jump with a dyno into a one finger pocket. It's not gonna happen. That way we can see again how finger strength divided by body weight coupled with reach, this is the ultimate package, and Adam Ondra has it. And he also has obviously the climbing skill, the execution ability. He knows about visualization so well and everything, and he has done this stuff so many times already. He can put it all together and pull crazy stuff off like this. Yeah? Pull crazy stuff off like this, my friends. I hope you liked the video. Recently, Adam actually did a 9A boulder, you know, South in Seoul, or what it's called, the thing, the Big Island extension in Font. I don't know if there's gonna be a video of it. That would be really cool. Wow, amazing, yeah, that he can do stuff like this even at this age. And yeah, an absolute goat. My friends, stay strong and free somewhere out there. I'll see and hear you soon. Bye.